Daniel Chandler, Free and Equal, A Manifesto for a Just Society. Embark on an intellectual journey with A Free and Equal, A Manifesto for a Just Society by Daniel Chandler, where John Rawls' theory of justice takes center stage. Imagine crafting a society while blind to your own future status. This is Rawls' original position, a thought experiment that prompts a reevaluation of fairness. This book explores vital principles, safeguarding fundamental rights and liberties, and addressing inequality only when it benefits all, especially the least advantaged. Chandler delves into topics like sustainability, democracy, and economic justice, advocating for a society that balances freedom with equality. As you dive into this summary, prepare to unravel complex concepts in an engaging manner, discovering pathways to a fairer, more equitable world that transcends today's polarized political landscape.
Blueprint for a Fair Society. Imagine crafting an entirely new society without knowing your own place within it, rich or poor, powerful or marginalized. This scenario forms the heart of John Rawls' theory of justice. Without foreknowledge of your position, fair design becomes not just a preference but a necessity. Rawls proposes two pivotal principles to guide this societal blueprint. Firstly, every individual's fundamental rights and freedoms must be protected, ensuring freedoms, such as speech, religion, and voting, are indisputable and universal. Marginalizing any group undercuts the foundation of fairness. Secondly, Rawls suggests that while some economic inequality might be acceptable as it can incentivize progress beneficial to all, it must be justifiable by its advantages to the least privileged. If fate placed you at the societal bottom, a robust system would aim to enhance your conditions as much as possible. For Rawls, fairness transcends mere financial equality and touches on political influence, self-respect, and access to meaningful work. A truly just society empowers everyone to develop their talents, voice their perspectives, and engage in fulfilling work. Societal fairness also demands sustainability, emphasizing the responsibility to maintain environmental health and resources for future generations. In today's world marked by deep inequality, political rifts, and environmental crises, Rawls's vision offers a compelling call to transcend personal gain. By designing a society that honors dignity and worth, Rawls envisions not a utopia of perfect equality, but a reality where the social order is widely perceived as just, capturing the true essence of justice. Freedom's true essence. Freedom stands as a pillar of justice, where everyone should have the liberty to follow their beliefs, love without constraints, practice their faith, and express themselves without fear. Today, many living in liberal democracies enjoy a variety of rights protected by law, with free speech, religious expression, and conscience taking center stage. Significant progress has been made in securing reproductive rights and equality for the LGBTQ+ community. However, these liberties face increasing threats from burgeoning intolerant populist factions. To safeguard these freedoms, we must shift how we approach the divisive culture wars of today. Politics shouldn't be a battleground where one group enforces its morality on others, but rather a space where freedom is the universal value that unites us. By framing rights such as religious freedom or same-sex relationships in universally acceptable terms, we sidestep debates over their moral standing. Individuals should feel free to live by their own choices. For instance, a conservative Christian and a progressive atheist might never agree on the ethics of same-sex relationships, yet they could acknowledge that such matters are personal and not for society to dictate. Nonetheless, instances arise where freedoms may conflict, such as when a religious baker resists serving gay customers on faith-based grounds. There's no flawless solution, but Rawls offers a method to address these conflicts by prioritizing the liberties essential for societal participation. For example, while churches can select clergy aligning with their beliefs, denying service to marginalized groups in public settings is not permissible. Further, fostering a culture of mutual tolerance is crucial. While not all hate speech needs criminalization, it shouldn't be tolerated. Public figures should actively denounce discriminatory viewpoints as contrary to democratic ideals. Educational systems should nurture a spirit of open-mindedness and respect for diversity from an early age. Through this, we can rally around shared human values rather than be divided by sectarianism. In a world of diverse beliefs, what can unite us is a collective dedication to the freedom of individuals to forge their own lives. Personal freedoms at the core of justice are not merely individual birthrights but the very foundation of a liberated society. Voices for change. In our modern democracies, political power often tilts heavily towards those with deep pockets. Wealth can buy influence as billionaires back politicians who serve their interests, and corporate lobbyists craft laws that prioritize profits over public good. The affluent shape governmental decisions, drowning out the voices of ordinary citizens and eroding trust in the political system. To forge a truly democratic society where every individual has a fair chance to influence political processes, we must overhaul our election systems. Implementing proportional representation, where seats correspond to vote percentages, ensures that every ballot carries equal weight. Encouraging voter participation can be achieved through automatic registration, extended voting hours, and even compulsory voting to boost turnout. Another crucial step is to limit the role of big money in politics. Introducing caps on campaign donations and creating public democracy vouchers for citizens to fund their chosen candidates would democratize campaign financing. However, meaningful political equality also requires that voters be informed. The media landscape, often dominated by wealthy moguls, needs reform. Regulating media ownership can prevent a few powerful entities from controlling narratives, while public funding could bolster factual, credible journalism. Digital technology offers a promising avenue to engage citizens directly in political dialogue and decision-making. Imagine diverse groups of citizens debating pressing issues like abortion or electoral reform, and then proposing solutions for a general vote. Cities, like one in Brazil, are already allowing citizens to participate in budgetary decisions, setting a precedent for us all. A combination of electoral and direct democracy creates an egalitarian, responsive system attuned to the people's will. The path to true democracy is evident, yet what's missing is the determination to embark on it. We cannot afford to let our societies slide into oligarchies controlled by a privileged few. The urgency to reimagine our politics, government, and media is critical. To give every citizen a meaningful voice and shape our collective future, we must act. The essence and future of democracy hang in the balance. Paths to equal opportunity. Picture two children, born on the same day and in the same country, but into starkly different circumstances. One enters the world surrounded by wealth and education, while the other is the child of a financially struggling single mother. Fast forward 18 years, and it's no surprise which of the two is likely headed to a prestigious college and a promising career. This glaring difference raises a fundamental question about the fairness of our society's professed commitment to equal opportunity. Research underscores that a parent's income and education profoundly influence their children's life outcomes. In Western nations, around 40% of a wealthy parent's economic benefits are inherited by their offspring, making the chances of achieving equality slim from the start. The seeds of inequality are planted early, often by age 5, with children from low-income families already lagging behind in skills and opportunities. Investments in early childhood education and supportive parenting services are vital to level the playing field. However, instead of counteracting disparities, current education systems often magnify them. The presence of private schools allows affluent families to purchase better educational environments, while the U.S. and other countries still base school funding on local wealth, favoring richer communities. The escalating cost of college education further restricts low-income students from accessing elite universities. Radical changes are necessary to open doors for everyone, including banning private schools, increasing public school funding through more equitable means than local property taxes, and making college education universally accessible through financial aid and free tuition. Beyond financial constraint, barriers of race and gender continue to undermine true equality. Racial minorities encounter discrimination in education and employment, while women persistently earn less than men. Tackling these deeply embedded biases requires active enforcement against discrimination, positive cultural shifts, and policies that address how class, race, and gender interconnect to limit life's opportunities from the outset. Philosopher John Rawls posited that in a fair society, one's life prospects shouldn't be dictated by uncontrollable circumstances like birth family. Pursuing such a just society is both a moral obligation and a necessity for maintaining social harmony. Achieving genuine equality of opportunity is a challenging ideal, but tangible steps can significantly narrow the gap. The pressing question is whether society possesses the collective resolve to pursue these steps. Path to fair prosperity. Growing inequality presents a pressing challenge that demands urgent attention. At its core, this disparity stems from the unjust distribution of wealth, where the wealthiest amass more than they could ever need while the hard-working individuals at the bottom struggle to make ends meet. Philosopher John Rawls considered this inequality a grave injustice, insisting that true economic justice must benefit everyone, especially the least advantaged. Creating a society of shared prosperity starts with investing in people. High-quality education should be accessible to all, not just a privilege for the elite. Everyone deserves the chance to develop their talents and realize their potential. This vision also calls for robust minimum wage laws and strong unions to ensure that hard work is rightfully rewarded. Addressing the imbalance further involves breaking the cycle of privilege passed from one generation to the next. Rawls proposed a universal minimum inheritance, providing every citizen a stake in society upon reaching adulthood. This could be funded through taxes on large inheritances or by channeling collective wealth into a sovereign fund that pays dividends to all as a universal basic income. Implementing these ideas hinges on a bold tax system capable of curbing enormous fortunes and generating substantial revenue for public investments. This would likely involve national income taxes as high as 45 to 50%, a practice not unknown in certain European countries. However, this wouldn't result in slashed paychecks for average workers. Instead, the focus would be on taxing corporations, capital income, and substantial wealth holdings. Rawls illuminated a path forward where everyone could share fairly in our collective wealth, even if income levels differ. The challenge ahead lies in generating the political will to embark on this journey. While the roadmap exists, it is up to us to make this vision a reality.
In Free and Equal, a Manifesto for a Just Society, Daniel Chandler elucidates John Rawls's profound vision of justice, where fairness prevails and equality is pursued through thoughtful societal design. The book challenges prevalent inequalities by proposing educational reforms and equitable economic structures, offering a blueprint for political reformation that grants citizens a genuine voice. Chandler's exploration underscores the necessity of transcending individual interests and embracing universal freedoms to cultivate a culturally tolerant society. The manifesto closes with a call to action, urging readers to harness Rawls's theoretical framework as a guide for constructing a future where justice is both the foundation and the guiding star. This journey beckons us to reconsider our collective will to pursue these transformative principles, redefining the role of justice in fostering a genuinely equitable society.